If there's 2 minutes left, you should probably just take the L. When should you forfeit in Rocket League? This pandemic, I've been playing more and more Rocket League, a video game which is essentially soccer with cars. Unfortunately, I'm not a great player, and I often end up in game situations where I'm losing by multiple goals. They usually last about 8 minutes or so. The game does give you an option to forfeit the match early. This begs the question, at what point is the game hopeless and forfeiting makes sense? Gain deeper understanding of Rocket League's scoring environment. There are 3 main game modes: singles, duos, and trios. Additionally, players are split into 1 to 7 ranks based on their skill level. These range from bronze to grand champion. Now that we have the average goals per game, we can start to do the work of finding when forfeiting makes sense. We could use a Poisson distribution with the average goals per game to find a probability of winning a game, or at least forcing OT based on how much time is left and how many goals a team is losing by. We treat the average goals per game as a lambda for the Poisson distribution and adjust it down linearly based on how much game time is left. Let's just skip to the graph here. I believe this is a percentage, right? Yeah, probability. If you are losing by 4 goals in a solo bronze match and there's 30 seconds left, if there's 2 minutes left, you should probably just take the L. Let's see Trios GC. If you were losing by 4 goals and 3 minutes in, just call it an L. I wish this was like comparable. So like if we could choose like 2 of these tables and do the diff, I would like to see like the heat map there. For my dude Harris, man, this is good stuff. If you're someone out there who's like getting into data science and like you hear people say like, you should put stuff out there publicly, you should like maintain a GitHub, and then that next step of it is like, you should like write up like your results and try to make it more presentable.
Should have been a spiral though.
For those people out there who keep hearing that and they're like on the fence of like what or how that would look like, this is a great post. He's not trying to go overboard with anything other than 2 viz and like a small introduction to the methods. But the majority of it is context of like why it's cool to look at it this way and how it's accurate. And he's laid out a question and has answered that question in a very succinct post. This is the kind of like forward-facing write-ups that you might be interested in writing. This really, drives home that idea of like, you don't need to crush people with like your comprehension of statistics and data visualization to a degree that seems like you're the next, I don't know, Tufty. It's better to be more clinical. Pick the viz that describes your story in ways that complement the things you're writing about. There's only a handful of paragraphs before and after each viz to really read. This reads like a Twitter thread, right? And if you do want people to see that you truly did the work, this is nice, There's an entire area in the back end here that kind of gives you that look if you want it. Esports analytics, I'm a big fan.